Ross.
What? I can't
Yeah.
hear you. Right?
He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything. He speaks with a funny accent.
Oi.
We wanted to bring a bit of diversity into the team, so we picked up a foreigner.
Ooh.
Is this actually your real game of review, by the way, Graham? It's not another troll.
Yeah, no, I told you.
Okay. Well, surprise, surprise! Someone had.
I didn't put any spoilers in the review or anything. So chill out.
No, it's fine. You put Keanu, name drop Keanu Reeves though.
Like you didn't know he was there.
Really?
Oh, Keanu's in the game? Oh my
This is
god.
the game. Oh my god.
Right, cool. We have tweeted we are live. Oh. Someone's just readjusting the plug in the background.
I'm right.
The butt plug.
Yep. Well, funny enough, you joined late. I did say he had one of the new ones.
Your new butt plug?
Yeah, the one with the 3 anchors.
What?
It's got Bluetooth.
Yeah. Ah, hello.
Oh.
Spoilers. Right, Jay's in chat. Okay, right.
Old
everyone-
man's in chat.
Yeah, old man's in
Yeah.
chat. Right.
God.
Let's see scenes. Right, okay. So I am good to
You
go.
actually allowed our audio this time.
Well, no, I can't lower. I can't do it individually. So if I lowered you all, where do I press? Where do I press and say hi? You know, there's a lag to it, Jay, don't you?
Not like this again.
Oh, God.
6, and he should reply now. He doesn't.
No.
Okay, right. Oh, there we go. What's lag? Oh, Jesus H.
Back in a sec. Oh, I'm gonna change my headset before we start. I don't like
Yeah.
this headset.
Well, I was going to comment on it, but
Yeah, I don't like it. Back in a minute.
hello.
So you see me
Barclays
and you
Bank,
sound like
hello.
it's him.
Yeah, he did look like a telemarketer.
Who?
Ian with his little always holding things up. Have we got? Right. I was going to start reading your review of Cyberpunk, and then I was like, no, I can't. I don't want anything spoiled.
Oh. And there's no spoilers in there.
None at all.
Well,
not even
nothing
any
you already knew.
Oh, okay.
I deliberately did it so there was no spoilers in there. Plus, Jay's added his little second opinion on it as well.
I said that comes up really weird on the phone. So
Okay.
I think he did that for the Xbox
The
review
Xbox
thing.
review, yeah, you
Yeah,
got
so-
yours in there.
So as you flick up on your phone, it just like all of a sudden elongates, and you've got this big, huge green thing.
Back to butt plugs again.
What?
Right. Have you finally sorted yourself out? No.
Ian, you there?
You there?
I am now.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. I'm glad you've left space so where you can put your hand over your mouth to cough. Or press push to mute.
Look what I found back in the day.
Fusion Dug that bad boy back out.
I was to go through my game drawer of like those Xbox 360 games I had. It's like, oh yeah, I mentioned this. Fusion Friends.
That's a cool party game. Just shame the announcer's such a hideously
Annoying.
dick.
might dust off again and play it now.
God, bar humbug.
Fusion Frenzy.
Jay's like
Jay
take that
loves
hideous.
it.
He was saying take the hideous jumper out.
Well, you could say he's being bar humbug, or you could just say he's perving on Ian.
Well, yeah. Okay,
That's true.
right. So, yeah, go to set to record. I'm going to go into the intro. Don't say anything when the intro is playing. Oh shit, that means I'm. Yeah, right. You ready? Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Xbox Tavern podcast. I'm your host, Dan, because Jamie's not here and got a sore throat. And joining me this week is Ian,
Hello.
Graham,
Hello.
and new to the team, Ross.
Folks.
Right. So I'm going to jump into some housekeeping. We've had a few reviews pop up on Apple Podcasts. So I would like to thank Joseph Master. He says, genuine guys talking all things Xbox. Great website, worth a look. We have Alfie PV4 who says, would recommend. Short and sweet. Well done. So if you want them read out, please go over to Apple Podcasts, rate, review us. And next week, Jay will read them out. So, topic of
If
the
he
week.
can.
Well, if he can, yeah. I mean, I might have to highlight it
if he's
for
not
him.
ill,
Sick.
need his Horlicks. Oh,
It's too late for him, wasn't it? That 9 o'clock start time was a killer.
I know. It's, past my bedtime. I still fight.
So, topic of the week. This week, we are going to kick off with Cyberpunk news. It's like 2 weeks in a row now, Cyberpunk has been hammered. So I think it was on, when was it? The 18th. They mentioned PlayStation have offered to give people full refunds. And then I think it was a day later, Microsoft turned around and said they would offer full refunds for the game as well. Let's go to Ross. What do you think of the whole Cyberpunk? I don't want to say fiasco, but it is kind of Borderland fiasco.
Borderland.
Borderlands, yeah. Sorry, Cyberpunk. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I think the lack of attention they paid to the previous gen consoles was a bit insulting to people. I realise obviously they wanted this groundbreaking new gen blockbuster, but it doesn't take much to make a next gen game look good on a previous generation. So I can understand the outrage that's kicked up from what's happened with the initial firestorm to do with having to get the refunds, and then the palaver they've actually had to go through between the stores not showing their product and things like that. It's been not the best of looks for CD Projekt Red.
No, definitely not. Graham, you got a chance to review this, and it's just come live. Your review.
Yeah.
How have you found it?
Fine. Absolutely fine. On the for fairness, I played it on the Xbox Series X. Literally no game breaking bug on the Series X. It plays almost flawlessly. A couple of minor graphical glitches, but nothing you haven't seen from the likes of like Skyrim or Far Cry 5. Just like sometimes when you kill someone, their body falls through a table and they get stuck in the table, or sometimes the body floats in midair or something. But these things happens in certain games, but that's the worst as it's got for me. I've even dabbled on the original Xbox as well, and I didn't even suffer too many, other than the ridiculously long loading time. But other than that, nothing game breaking on that one either.
Okay. How dramatic were the load times between the Series X and the?
Yeah, just what you'd expect it to be. Really, it's night and day. You can clearly see the massive difference that the next gen bit makes.
Wow. And Ian, have you touched this at all, or?
Nope, I get it for Christmas, so hopefully it'll be all good. Well, I know that'll be smoothed over by then, but again, from what I've heard so far, not many people having issues with the newer Xboxes. And even the one friend I have who's on the older version, even he said he hasn't noticed anything groundbreaking or anything that wants to break it. It seems to be more PlayStation that's having the issues.
Yeah, it's strange to see. I don't know. It's difficult to say. Like they've had long enough to make this game for what we call now the previous gen. You know, the Xbox X. Why on earth these kind of issues? I know it's the old G Xboxes that are having these issues, but how do they not pay attention to make sure it's working? I mean, they must be losing a fortune now. I mean, I think was it 8 million copies sold worldwide, or 8 million pre-orders, sorry, and then to, in the nicest, politest way, kind of crap the bed and lose generations of players is ridiculous.
Yeah, their stock took a killing as well, I saw.
Yeah. Did you see there was one on Twitter that mentioned that he applied for a refund, got his refund, and then was outraged that they took the game off his console and he couldn't
Yeah.
play the game.
So I wanted my money
Jay
back. Yeah.
Jay sent that to me as well. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, if you're applying for a refund and then saying you want to play the game,
Yeah.
Technically, right now, Cyberpunk is a Xbox console exclusive. Technically, because it's been pulled.
yeah, because it's been pulled from the PlayStation Store. Well, yeah.
Is that just PS4 or PS5 as well?
Yeah, the whole PlayStation Store's gone.
Good. Says I'm right. Idiots.
So even if you've got PS5, you can't buy the game. You have to go get the disc or wait until it's back.
Yeah, well, I think most people are probably better off waiting because I would imagine, they've got a patch that's just released.
It's already been out, yeah.
Yeah,
mine said it was updated this morning.
And then there's another patch coming out. I think they said January or February time.
There's one in January and one in February. There's
Okay, two. And then you'd probably get a nice heavy discount on your game anyway. So it could do well for you to wait.
Do you think that CD Projekt Red have sort of earned enough faith in their company with a game like Witcher to have this massive mess up and still make Cyberpunk one of the best sort of games of this generation?
Oh, go on. Yeah,
I'd say so. It is a really. I mean, from what I've played of it, I'm so far into it and I'm hooked into it. I reckon it's good enough to sort of pull them back in once all the bugs are out.
Especially the new gen version when that comes out.
Yeah, that's
going to be
that'll be a game changer for those that are waiting anyway.
I mean, go on. Sorry, go ahead.
I've got it on both next gen consoles, PS5 and Series X, and I started playing on both. There is a difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation. There's no two ways about that. But having seen everything I've seen about it just now, I've waited long enough to play it. I'm quite happy to wait until this next gen patch comes out and then I'll start playing it.
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, because in theory that's what they should in the first place, but because of the demand, people getting angry, all the pushbacks, they just had to do something, and that's why they kind of made work people 6 days a week to try and get everything sorted, and they knew it was going to be an issue.
I think they would have been better to
hold.
Oh, go on, Ian.
Yeah, I was going to say they should be better to go, you know what, we're going to hold back until maybe February, March next year when the next send all at the same time. And then people go, oh, well, the last gen version is pants. I was like, well, go to a new one.
Yeah, I do think they should have held out until they should have done a full year release or held back for a full year and brought it out when they first announced that they were having a delay. But there was also, they got government money, didn't they? And I'm wondering so they got a government grant. I can't remember the whole ins and outs of it. This was like last year I heard about it. And I don't know whether it was something to do with the grant that they had to have it release in a certain time window for it to, I don't know whether it was to pay it back or to whatever the contract said. So they had a certain amount of time to kind of push it out. And that could have been part of the delay. Because, once you delay it December time, what's another 3 months? Especially if you're not going to release the Series X version or the next gen console version for another couple of months anyway.
Yeah. The thing is, though, you hear as well from stories people are saying is, yes, it's got loads of bugs, yes, it's got loads of issues on like certain consoles, but it's a great game. And that's what people keep saying, is that if they want these issues here, it'd be an amazing game. So if you can actually look past the issues and take it for the story and the actual gameplay, maybe you might enjoy it.
I mean, I know, Ross, you played The Witcher. What was that like when that first dropped?
I mean, you could be riding along on Roach 1 minute, and next thing you know, you're 300 feet in the air. You didn't know what was going to happen. It's like there's the popular meme where it's Roach standing on top of a building, just a random house, because he teleports to the top of it. The game's not in any way, shape, or form polished or refined, but it was still one of the best pieces of story writing in any game that's ever been made. Give CD Projekt Red the ability to fix their issues like they did with Witcher, and you could have a game of the similar sort of stature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you guys try The Witcher when it first came out?
No.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
When it
not.
first came out.
I haven't even played it. Oops. Shoot me. This is why I wanted to play this game so much, because I've heard such great things about them. I was like, yep, bang on it, I'm going to play it. And that first hour and a half that I played of Cyberpunk, I was like, yeah, you've like got your hooks in me. I'm gripped. I want to play this. And I just haven't got back to it. I need to get back to it, but then AC is calling me and all the other games that are sitting collecting dust on my little hard drive,
Yeah.
which is never good. Right, we will take one more topic of the week, and I think we're going to go with the Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox, maybe? Question mark. So give me 2 seconds, because I did not preload this at all because I am stupid.
Host for one day, mate.
I'm-
Ready, Jamie. I hope you're listening.
Yep, come back, get that Horlicks in, and we need you back next week. Right, so this is from Engadget. So Ubisoft announced back in October that a subscription service will soon be accessible to Amazon Luna. It promised Stadia players that they're also getting it before the end of the year. Developers are now making good on their word with just a couple of weeks until 2021 arrives. So it's going to be, as always, another kind of subscription-based, like Game Pass is the best way of comparing it. They are looking at it at, what is it, $15 a month?
$15.
Yeah. What do you guys think of a Ubisoft Plus subscription type service?
When they said it was $15, that's a lot. That's quite steep.
Yeah, but then
And-
put it into real money, it might be 10 quid.
Yeah, so 10, 12 quid. It
I swear all their
depends.
games go that much price anyway if you're waiting to sell.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it literally depends on how often you play their library and if it contains the whole library.
Yeah, so
Are new releases added onto it, or are they added after a certain period? You know, just what
Yeah.
what are you getting for your money?
right, so
Yeah.
they didn't it didn't release full games, so it's confirmed titles like Valhalla, Immortals, Phoenix Rising, and Watch Dogs. So it doesn't say whether they're going to be in the service day one.
Okay.
So that's the game changers for you. If
Yeah.
they're all included, then that
If
can
any
swing
brand
people.
new title gets like from Microsoft Studios, then yeah, you might think, oh, I might do that.
Yeah,
But it's like EA Plus, where it's like you have to wait like 6 to 9 months for it to appear. When the season's already over, you don't really care about it anymore.
yeah, you
What's the
don't.
point?
I remember jumping on the bandwagon on EA Access at the time, and it had a library, I think, of 3 games. And I think it was Battlefield 5, and I can't even remember the other 2. Pile of rubbish. And you had to wait, I'm sure it was about 6 to 7 months until you had like a group of 5 games, and it was like, whoa, and then you just forgot about it and just paid your subscription just because that's the world we live in.
Now we get it for free.
Now we get
Yeah.
it for free, yeah. I mean, this would be awesome if this would be taken into Game Pass. But then look on the flip side, if they then push their own subscription service style, do you think their games will then leave Game Pass?
Well, it's only one so far, isn't it? That's Rainbow.
Rainbow, you got Tom Clancy's Division. Division 1 is in there. Am I right in thinking?
I know
The
2.
thing is,
Who plays
with
2?
those games, you pick up the Division for what, £8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Ubisoft games are always going to sell. I think I got like Far Cry 4, 5, and New Dawn for like 20 quid. And then if they're charging £15 a month, it's like, well, I've got all the games going to be on there ready for.
They would have to be sort of day of release and the Ubisoft subscription to make it worthwhile, because as you were saying, the Valhalla had been out 2 weeks and it was already down to like £30 in the Xbox sales. So it defeats the purpose of it being 6 months down the line before it comes into Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
It makes you wonder if they'll do tiers of the Gaming Pass, like Gaming Pass Premium or Elite, where they sort of bolt on this one as well.
Or if they can manage to get other studios, like smaller studios, to come into their little plus
The little
library
plus.
section.
It seems that everyone's they've seen how well or how you can monetize your library on top of selling your games, and they're kind of following suit. Will it be a flash? Jamie's just mentioned Sega. Yeah, let's get the Sega subscription in.
It's a shrewd way of playing lesser titles, though, really, because people go there for the big hitters, and then they got access to the lower library, which they might not usually pick up or risk taking a punt on, and they're there. They might get a taste for it, and then you start building up some sort of knowledge of the lesser library, and they become like sequels. And
It could be. It will bring new lease of life into certain games that haven't maybe had the player base for a while as well.
yeah,
Okay, well, let's jump straight into what we're playing. And Ian, Warzone, there's a new season, there's a new mode.
Yes.
What on earth is going on?
So yeah, I've been playing that quite a lot recently. So they brought out a new, more, I won't say called Insurgents, but it's Insurgents. But it's like they made a new map as well. So it's like called Rebirth Island. So it's a lot more smaller than the standard Verdank's massive 150 player mode. And that's quite good fun because mainly what happens is you start your round when you jump in, but then if you die, you get to respawn after a certain time. But if all your teammates die, then you're obviously out of the game.
So what's that? And as all your four players are going through, you could
It's only in
potentially die,
trios at the moment.
respawn. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you could die, respawn, someone else could die, and you could just constantly do this never-ending loop.
Yeah, until like the last second to last or last circle. That's
Okay.
when it kind of stops and you can't respawn. If you die, you have to kind of bind the person back or obviously try and win on your own.
And what's the player count? Is it 150 still, or
No, they've gone down. I want to say it's 45 or 50, so it's a lot lower. It's
Okay.
only trio. So I think it says trios of 45. I want to say 15 teams. So, 'cause it's such a smaller island as well. So there are a lot more quicker matches as well, which I find much better because as long as you can pick up a play where if you do the standard battle on a Warzone, you can be there for like 30 minutes if you're doing well. Waiting
Yeah.
for the circles to go because everyone likes to camp on that. Bloody.
See, Dan doesn't know what that means to do well in Warzone, so he's like first 3-4 minutes gone.
I mean, that's any battle royale to be fair. So
hang on, I can last a little bit longer in certain ones than others, but yeah, I cannot. Warzone, I'm just terrible. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the meta is. I've seen the Gulag more times than I care to imagine. Yeah, it's not good.
you can probably last 30 minutes on PUBG. It takes about half an hour before you find anyone else.
Oh no, I
that's
get.
another game. That's worse camping than Warzone. Yeah.
I'm always dead in that game. I've got no idea. I'm like just walking around with my rifle and ping, head's
Well,
gone.
that's all Apex, me.
Yeah, all right. We'll side that now. Graham, do you want to talk a little bit more about Cyberpunk without spoiling your review that's live on the site? And I won't mention what score you gave it either.
Okay. Yeah. So what I mentioned on before, no spoilers, trying to keep away from those, but the game hits you with a lot straight away, straight from the start, and it is a bit confusing, overwhelming, but you really have to get past that initial chunk before you can sort of get your teeth into it and really sort of understand the environment of it all. Yeah, it's just so many new things you just haven't seen before. Just NPCs with their own kind of life, rather than being drones that just repeat the same and sort of same 2 or 3 things, like walking in a certain line, performing the same sort of action.
It feels like they're alive, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like, as you
Yeah, I
said, they
mean-
don't have this, ABC type of loop.
Yeah, so they're having their own conversations. Some people are having spats. They randomly just spark off and have a fight every now and then. And when you bump into them, they kind of react with you, and that's the biggest thing. That's the bit that pulls you in. So maybe that's where people are getting affected much, where the bugs are sort of ruining that kind of experience. It's hard to immerse yourself when a bug gets in the way. But yeah, it's just it really sort of pulls you in to the kind of the story. And then once you're kind of into it, you kind of connect with your character a bit more. And yeah, it just takes a lot from so many good games like The Witcher, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto, everything that sort of made those things good. It gives you the option to sort of take parts of each of those kind of games of the bit you enjoy and sort of play it how you want to play it. It's you can go stealthy, you can go full on gung ho, and yeah, yeah, just like The Witcher. Once you really got stuck into it, it's amazing. Once you sort of get into it, and I know some people have said the storyline is short. Sort of, yeah, I'm sort of many hours in. I'm sort of nowhere near sort of. I don't even know halfway through the story, let alone near the end.
Yeah. Are you picking up all the side quests and kind of being? I suppose that's not the question I want to ask. As you're going through the story, are you finding yourself that you're drawn to like a side quest and the need to go do that side quest as opposed to as a side quest can't be bothered?
Well, that's the bit on certain side quests now. They've got a clever way of bringing you in. When you get close to a side quest, one of the people that sort of give out the jobs called fixers, they give you a little rundown of what the job's about.
Okay.
So you kind of get a little brief description rather than having to read through walls of text of what have you got to do here.
Yeah.
You get them sort of talking in your head saying, right, this is what's going down here. Here's what you got to do, and that's pretty much with every kind of side mission gig that you walk into. There is even smaller side gigs where there's something going on with like the police activity, which you can kind of intervene on and help out. And yeah, you can. They're sort of. I think they just respawn. They're just constant ones that appear here and there for you to get a little bit more loot or experience, etc. But yeah, there's plenty of side missions and gigs to get involved in, and you get a rundown on each one to sort of bring you in on that one. So it's just another way they sort of bring you into it a bit more.
Okay, great. Looking forward to jumping back into that. You mentioned Skyrim, funny enough, and I see here, Ross, you've jumped into Skyrim.
Yeah, jump back in. I've been playing a little bit on the PC, so when I'd seen it was going into Game Pass, I thought I might as well jump back into the Xbox version and have a wee look. I was reading an article that was saying that the Series X with the loading screens and things like that is the best way to play it now with the sort of mods that you can add to the game as well. So I thought I'd jump back in. Couldn't for the life of me remember how to play the game. I've not touched it on the Xbox for a good 3 or 4 years now, but it's such a good looking game.
Yeah.
Even for the age of it, like certain places that you go in that game, you just look out and sort of the landscape that they've developed, so breathtaking. Such a nice looking game to play.
And is it looking better thanks to the Series X?
Little things have been made to make it look a bit better. The main thing that I liked about it was just, as you would know, is like the loading times. The going from the main menu into the game, going from the start of, say, Whiterun, where you're coming up to the gates, and by the time your screen loads back up to get into the actual Whiterun part, it's almost like seamless. You just sort of click, then you're in.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So much nicer. Instead of you having like 6 different bits of hints and different pictures that you can look up on the screen while it's loading, it loads up. You maybe get a chance to read one set of text, and then you're in. So,
I want to say that I read somewhere that there was it issues with the caves, or like back in the Xbox X days, you would kind of just walk through a cave and it would take you ages to go in the cave. Now, as you mentioned about it, it's seamless. You would walk into the cave, there'd be no loading screen, and it's almost as if you've just walked in and you're open to go in to wherever you need to go.
I haven't tried it in sort of the cave issues and things like that, but I can see it being something that they can do. There is like some of the mods that they have on the Xbox side that allow you to have sort of no entry between places. So instead of there being a loading screen, the sort of gates just open and you don't actually change from gameplay to transition into a different city.
Okay.
But even with that installed, it's such a big difference.
Okay. That's good.
Nice.
And that's do I want to say that's the second one from Bethesda being dropped into Game Pass?
Wouldn't be the second. No, we've had a Doom, we've had Dishonored.
Well, since the announcement though, so we've had Doom. Doom's already in there. Had the announcement about Microsoft buying Bethesda. I'm wondering if this is like the influx of all the Bethesda titles kind of slowly.
It might be the second one, yeah, because I think Dishonored was already in there. Then they said
Yeah.
we're keeping it, and then Doom came in.
Yeah,
and then
Eternal
now-
came in. That was it. Yeah. So I'm
and then now
wondering.
this.
I wonder if
I'm
they're
sure, I
gonna.
think it's Prey in. No, Prey's not in there.
I praise not. I wonder if this is going to be kind of the slow trickle of Bethesda titles that are going to be coming in, which will be nice because we all like that Game Pass nice and thick. I jumped into Apex this week, and I played the Christmas event. I don't Apex. Oh my god! I played some games. It was amazing. Yeah, that Christmas train game is.
You die constantly and not do anything.
Yeah, to start with, because I didn't know what on earth I was doing, and I was playing with my brother-in-law. So strategy-wise, it was dreadful. Because I was like, "Come on, we need to go attack. Where are you going?" And as you look at him, you get popped in the head. But I really like the fact that you're going in, and you've got set weapons, and they've also done. So if you play, what did I do? I jumped in as Lifeline, and I think I had oh god, it wasn't the Hemlock, it was the. And it wasn't the Spitfire. I can't think what I had.
99, 301. How heavy? Flatline.
Flatline, that was it. Flatline, and you had your scope, you had your mods attachments and stuff with it. And I liked the fact that certain characters had their set, or all the characters had their set weapons, and it seemed like they tried to balance it off just nicely. So if you had a good ability or an ability that was fairly attacking, they may have nerfed your guns ever so slightly, so you'd just have two pistols.
They are rotating it, so I think every day someone gets different guns.
Okay, that's good. But it's just carnage. So as the train's going round, I think there's how many, 6 or 8 points. So every stopping, that's when you have to jump in. You have to attack the train, try and hold the point, just capture the flag essentially, and 2 other teams are attacking you. And it's just chaos. Chaos ensues in that whole kind of that battle. Oh, so that's really enjoyable. Sorry, I've just had because we're on Twitch. I've just had someone saying that we've just subscribed, so all the effects have come up, and I had the noise in my ear. I was like, oh, threw me right off. Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's really, really good. So if you want to, I think that's running. I can't think for how long for, but
31st
until the 31st. So the whole of the holidays, as they call it.
I want to say it might be wrong, but I think it's hard this month.
Yeah, jump in. It gives you a different taste on. Well, it's a team battle really, but yeah, it just gives you a nice little different taste to Apex. So very good there. Gonna jump back to Ross. Just wanted to get his opinions on AC Valhalla, because you are how many hours in now?
I think when I loaded up last night, it was 78 hours.
70.
78 hours. This man has got some stamina.
Meow.
Yes. Tell us about it. Tell us what's
Is that how you met?
No, it's the best AC game I've ever played. I never thought that Ezreal could be replaced, but Ivor is some amazing character. Visually, just mind blown. The storyline, as much as I've got 70 plus hours into the game, I'm not that far ahead with the main story. So
Okay.
that's a bit worrying how much I've still got left to do. I'm trying to gauge the main story based on sort of your tree of assassinations that you need to go down, and I still have a good 12 targets to go through, I would say. So it's still a chunky part of the game left. I'm a bit of a collectibles freak, so the amount of you've got sort of wealth, mysteries, and sort of your side quests that you can go and grab. So just between trying to clear them out through every region that's in the game, it's a 150, 160 hour plus game, I would say.
Oh Jesus! I haven't got time for that. Graham,
Like last one, like Origins. That was like, I swear, every time I was playing it, I was like, am I near the end? No, I'm still going. Am I near the end? Nope, I'm still going. But it's still good fun to play because there was so much to do. It's constantly like side quests, do this, go there. I was like, oh my god, am I ever going to finish this game?
See, I can't do it. As much as I like a good story, games for that amount of time, I'm like, I'm never going to finish you. I mean, it might be 3 years. Your next incarnation will be out, and then I'll be like, well, I'm done with that one. I'm jumping on the next one.
You're closer to retirement soon. You'll be fine. You go to play.
Yeah, it'll be solid.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. Graham, have you jumped into AC, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't jumped
got
that
that one yet.
Oh, we're going to need.
Yeah, one long game at a time.
Yeah, I ain't got time for one game.
Yeah, can't do all three of them. Okay, I've only just got to England on my AC voyage, and I've been leaving stuff all over the shop. But that game it's pretty. The kills are ridiculous. I presume you've got the kind of the double axe kill, Ross.
I don't use axes, so no, I don't.
Oh, what are you holding?
I've got 2 warhammers.
I take it they've got the assassination where they can just.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
That was too obvious. That was too obvious, wasn't it?
My next protocol, I am working my way to get Mjolnir. So,
They've. Did you see that they have announced that you can buy the top tier loot? I can't even think. The wearables, the hammers, and everything else.
the thing with that is it's not that you get to buy the top level gear. It's a legendary item, yeah. So once you fully upgrade it, it will be one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
But when you get it, it's only correspondent to your level. So you still have to put the time and effort in to find the resources to upgrade it.
Okay.
It's just it looks nicer and it's easier to get a start off legendary outfit or a legendary weapon.
Yeah, I want to say I saw it. I'm sure it was like £20 or something, just under.
Yeah, there's loads of different ones, so
Yeah.
you can spend silly amounts of money on your cosmetics in the game.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. And Ian, I want to hear about this 5 dates. What on earth? Why?
5 dates.
Why are you doing it? Well, no, I know why you're doing it, but why?
5 dates. What's wrong with that? I'm a man. I want 5 dates. No, yeah, it's just based one of those not visual novels. What are they called?
It's a role, isn't it? A role, not role play games.
Yeah, sort of role playing.
Yeah.
But it's all real people. So it's all like acting. You just pick choices, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of Saturday night fun.
Are you playing this alone, or have you managed to get the missus involved?
The missus got involved. She just watches and picks or judges my decisions.
Judges your.
But I managed to get both my dates. I did 2 of the 5 dates, and then got 2 of them successful. Like, yeah.
So what's the successful date in this game?
So you get dates, and obviously if they like you, they say they want a second date, then a third date.
Okay.
And then you match them. But it's quite unique because it's all done like virtual dating like this, like we're talking on the Zoom call. But it's all done through lockdown in the UK, so it's all like through coronavirus and lockdown. So they're all mentioning mention how they can't see each other. When lockdown's over, what you're doing during lockdown, stuff like that. How you manage to cope. So it's kind of feels a bit from home as well, because obviously we went through all of it.
Yeah.
In the UK.
I saw the trailer for it, and it did crack me up. I did enjoy that kind of, because it's like a movie, isn't it? As you say, you're picking up your dialogue options, and then it branches out to whatever happens.
Yeah.
Did you get to virtual second base?
Touch me.
Touch me. No.
No, that's after the pandemic is over.
That's 5 days too. Here comes that. Not a safe for work version.
Yeah. I think we need to try and keep this as PG as humanly possible, and my mind is racing. Let's go into some of the reviews that are live on the website. I have just dropped a video on YouTube, Call of the Sea. I mentioned it last week. Please play it. If you're into adventure games, if you love the aesthetic of Sea of Thieves, this is a game you must play. It's on Game
And
Pass.
Jamie won't play, then he's scared of water.
How much water do you? I'm trying to think now. No, you don't go in any water. You don't go in any water that's above knee height. That is the best way of describing it.
Knee high, that's okay.
And
Yeah.
Might not be.
Well, it depends. If you lay down, obviously it's above your knee.
You only need a puddle.
You only need. I've heard you only need a spoonful, allegedly.
I never forget when we went to a gaming event and they were testing the VR headsets. And there was one which was underwater, and Greg Jamie was freaking out, like, I don't want that game. They put that game in my head. And I was like, you can ask them to change. No, they better not. You go over there and play that one.
And you guys didn't record this on your phones, and
We all kind of went at the same time, I think.
So-
Different ones.
Yeah, different ones. But he was going mental. He was like, better put it on my head. Better put it on my head.
I played
I want
some random robotic basketball game.
I think I did the underwater one because Jamie freaked out and made me stop headsets with him.
oh my god, that's amazing! I wish I saw that. I wish I saw that. Ian, is your review live of the? Oh no, because it says tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes, the headset review comes out tomorrow.
Can you tease anything?
Not
No.
allowed.
Oh, embargoed.
Embargo. No, not really embargo. Just don't want to tease. It's a good headset.
Well, you could lift it up.
Good headset, yeah.
After 5 dates, I figured one would be teasing.
That's it. That's my review. My review says it's a good headset. That's it.
That's
all.
it.
One line.
Good.
And me, my thumbs up.
Oh, can't wait to see that one. Can't wait to see that one. Some other reviews that are live. Obviously, we just mentioned the Cyberpunk one. There is also Freddy Spaghetti, and there is 16 Parsecs. Varno has done the 16 Parsecs, and if I was bright, I would have clicked on the Freddy Spaghetti one, but I can't because it will mess up all the things. Do you know what? I'm really bad at this hosting. Why did we let me do this?
Ah, you're fine. You're better than Jay.
Oh, okay, well,
Ooh.
he's in chat, you know.
7. Sorry, do I need to what score you gave or that's spoilers?
Yeah. So
I didn't
what?
say a number.
You didn't say a number. No, well, I'll let us know if you've jumped in and put it in your little Apple Podcasts review. So say I went and saw, and it was whatever the review was.
Yeah, Freddie Smith, he seemed to get a good score. He seemed to enjoy it.
Oh, good. Who did the Freddy Spaghetti one?
Ross Hodge.
Oh, awesome. And we've also had a new show drop on our YouTube channel hosted by Ross. I'm going to point to him. There we go. He's there. So, weekly Xbox news. Do you want to divulge a little bit more of it?
Just a little bit of a short, couple of minutes, 3-minute sort of video, letting you know everything going on in the week in news. Obviously, stories covered in this segment, or earlier on the segment will be dodged, but some mainstream news, some a bit obscure news, just a little bit of light-hearted updating of what's going on in the world of Xbox.
Fantastic. And that's weekly, dropping every
Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Awesome. So check that out. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel where there is lots and lots of content each and every week. You've also got an unboxing of my, I bought stupidly the Xbox memory card.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That messed up my whole download for a week on all my games. So I was trying to and fro of setting certain games to the memory card, certain games to the console. And yeah, I'm an absolute idiot. So it's taken me a week to finally download everything I wanted to download. But I had to keep going into my console. Because you know, at a certain point, if you stack up that many, the console just shuts itself off and won't download. So I had 54 downloads
54
set.
games.
Yeah.
I've had more
How
go
have
in
you
than
got
that.
so many games?
Well, it's that. Also, it's the add-ons, isn't it? So if it was like Man-Eater was one, you had some skins. So that class of 3's downloads.
But the irony of it is the man who games the least on this show tonight has a expansion card full and 65% 2 and 65% of his game hard drive full. And I'm like, for what? The 3 games that you play once every.
And not even that good at the game either.
Because I'm spending too long
Pelted.
doing the downloading. That's why. Don't mock me, men. Oh.
Have you completed Call of Duty yet?
No, do you know what? I haven't even turned that on. I need to. You got
It's
my.
like 6 hours. Like,
I know.
how
I'm
have
on
you
the.
not done
So,
it?
okay. So here we go. So I'm on the end mission. The trouble is, you've got those 2 side missions. I can't crack the goddamn codes on either mission. So I sat. Well, I sat. No, you can't because it changes. So so I sat on it for a week and was like, "What am I going to do?" I've decided. Okay, Jay's just corrected me 3 weeks ago. All right. Yeah, so I sat on it for a week, wondering what to do. Decided, you know what, I'm just going to finish that mission and do it, and didn't do it. I just sat there and played other games. Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know
know.
how you killed yours though. Ages, or not ages ago, about a couple of months ago, I bought a 4 terabyte sort of external hard drive for the Xbox, and yeah, I managed to get about 120 odd things downloading.
yeah, my
took
4 terabytes huge.
took about 4 days to finally get it all done, but
Well, were you playing it in between? So were you turning your console on as well while it was? I haven't been. So my console, I left for a few days because, unfortunately, I was doing adult stuff. Bloody thing. And then got back to it and noticed that it was stuck on like 20 downloads. So I had to turn it on. I was like, what is going on? Then my memory card would get full. So I had to like rearrange what was getting downloaded to where. It's a right old faff. Right old faff.
it is getting a bit faffy now because the updates seem to make the Xbox get a bit confused. Because I keep shifting some Series X games that I'm not playing onto the external one just to hold it there so I can transfer it quickly if I wanted to play it. And it keeps trying to update it on the internal instead. And then it goes, you've got it installed in 2 places. I was like, why? I didn't want that.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
That happened to me, I think. I'll have to go through and check it. But yeah, I was having some, like I said, I was having some right issues. But changing a game, like I had a big, what did I have? I had Destiny. Changing Destiny from the console to the memory card and then vice versa, I would say takes not long at all. A minute,
and
maybe
when's the
2.
last time you play? And when's the last time you played Destiny?
Well, the funniest part of this whole conversation is I deleted Destiny because it took up too much space. So I just wanted options when we game, you know, that once a week after the podcast. I wanted a load of games so I could say these are all the games I've got, lads. I haven't played any of them. I suppose that's a good segue to jump into Rainbow Six, I guess, that we played after the podcast last week. Ian, I'll let you take it because, goddamn, I hate this game.
It's not bad. You're all right. We did all right. Did we win? Well, the first game we did terrible.
I think we got whitewashed a few
Second game was
times.
all right.
Well,
And
we
the
got a
third
couple of
game
kills. Got a couple of kills, but I just can't do the tactical. You and Jay were like proper breaching walls, like no men, nobody's business. You were. I mean, I didn't even know how to fortify our room. At one point, Ian was going, "Yeah, Dan, are you going to fortify this?" I was like, "What do you want me to do? How do I do it? What am I doing?"
What button do I push? I was like, oh.
How do I push a table up against it?
Yeah, as the countdown is going through 2, 1, and then you see all these little RC cars driving around going, "You've been spotted."
You're just looking at him and go, oh, this looks cool.
Yeah, oh, that's good. What's it doing? Hi, take a picture of me.
And just start looking up to the sky and shooting them.
Yeah, but yeah, Rainbow Six is definitely a game that I am not good at. I can't.
As opposed to
Yeah.
Language of Love. I'm awesome at that.
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Guys, do you have anything else to mention? Anything else you're allowed to talk about, or any other game that you would like to let the guys know about?
No.
No. I'm good.
It's up to my eyes in Cyberpunk, so now that I've dropped that one, I'm having a look at see what else I can pick up.
There was a game on there that looked pretty good, and I can't think of its name.
Make sure there's no embargoes now.
Yeah, I know. It looked pretty cool. It was like a little bit pixel artish, very small, Castle Crashers vibe, but that looks quite good.
I might know which one you're on about.
Yeah, but I'm not picking up a game because I want to play some of my games, or try to.
for the cause.
For the
They need
cause,
picking
yeah.
up.
Well, that's true. I did see a Ratalaika game, and then I was like, nope, that's a visual novel. Not touching them ever
Oh,
again.
which one?
Oh, I can't
The
think of
bottom
the...
one on the list.
Yeah, I can't think of what it's called, but I'm not playing that.
Yeah, I've lost it.
Right. So I'm going to let you know about the games with gold. They've just transferred over. So right now you can pick up Bleed 2. You've also got the Raven Remastered, which runs until the 31st of December. And you have Stacking. So go get those games before they run out. And I think really that's it for the podcast. I'm going to drop some plugs and then I think we're going to go game, if you guys are up for it. So, thanks for tuning in. For more Xbox Tavern content, please follow us at Twitter, and that's at Xbox Tavern. We've also got a Facebook page, same thing, over there. Reviews you can find on the website, and that's www.xboxtavern.com. Check out our loads of content we're dropping on YouTube. There is going to be a video a week in December at least, so go check that out. And then if you want to follow us, I am at ChocolateBear80 on Twitter. Ian is, I'm going to make him do his own.
Nutty Ray.
Graham is.
Graham Reaper.
And Ross is.
Chaotic QI.
Oh, thanks very much, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas! Woo!
Oh, yeah, that's the point. It's Christmas. Have a good Christmas, everyone. Enjoy. I hope you get all the games that you
Flashing
want.
lights.
Flash. Oh, my God, those reindeers, I think, are having a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the noises.
Yeah, and for all of you listening,
Happy virtual Christmas to all.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
My jumper lights up for people listening.
I think people are going to have a seizure if they keep looking at it. Right, I am going. Take care, guys. All the best. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.